Hey, what's going on, brother?
Oh, not much. Maintaining.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good, man. I'm glad you maintained it, man. I'm glad you gave me a holler, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, man. I got you. For sure.
Yeah, let me go ahead and start off. This is Jay Harris from the J.A. Harris podcast show in San Antonio, Texas. He done brought me on his program about 3 or 4 times, but
Yep.
somehow I missed him because shoot, I always doing something.
Yes,
Couldn't
sir.
get you this weekend because I was in Tennessee,
Yes,
and I
sir.
tried to get on the highway, but it
Right,
didn't work
right. That's
so
tough.
well.
That's tough. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, man. Cause you a great man. I like what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
I like
Appreciate it.
your podcast. So
Thank you.
tell people about yourself because I know some people are gonna be looking for you too.
Yeah, you can catch me on basically any podcast platform. I'm on basically about 80% of them. Just look up the Jay Harris podcast show. You can Google it, the Jay Harris podcast show. It'll pop up. It's about politics as usual, what's going on in the world from a conservative point of view.
Okay. I got you. Okay, from a conservative point of view,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
try to have a
Yeah,
I try to have a national a black nationalist point of view. But hey, look, I like that.
absolutely. That's
Yeah,
that's good.
I
Yeah,
got you. Okay,
we coming
yeah.
all angles. We coming every angles. We all together. We link up.
Well, I just wanted to tell you, yeah, thanks for bringing me on. You scouted me out, so I
No
had to
problem.
return the favor.
Anytime.
So that's even
Anytime. As a matter of fact, I got a guy that's been on the show a few times. He heard you. He liked it. He wanna dialect with you on a few things he said. So Isaac, I see you out there, Isaac. I let him know. So a guy named Isaac want to dialect with you on the show soon.
okay.
Okay.
Hey, just tell him, hit me up. You know where to find me.
Absolutely. I'll make it happen.
Um, which Facebook? Jamal Harris, right?
Yeah. Facebook Jamal Harris. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, Bernard Johnson's mine. So
Yep.
let's go ahead and get started, man. What's going on in San Antonio, Texas?
Oh man, not much. Same old, same old. Everything's opening back up. The bars at 50% now capacity. Things are trying to get back in motion.
Okay, when I was on Facebook today, I see a lot of people were talking about the Dak Prescott leg injury or whatever.
Right, right. I've been hearing a lot about that, man. It's people in town been talking about that. I'm not too up on that right now, but I have heard people talking about it.
Well, let me say this. This is what I would tell people about that. And I want to just bring this up. Jerry Jones, who's the owner, right?
Right.
And I always say it was a show they had, or I think about a book or show I was watching one time. I think it was a show. It was called The $40 Million Slave, right?
Wow.
And Jerry Jones was he's the owner of the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott the player, the quarterback.
Right.
He was sitting there crying and weeping tears, but then again, you didn't even get the man a contract, so I don't need to cry crocodile tears if you didn't give me a
Right.
contract.
That's real.
So I looked at it and I've been saying is, why don't these players have their own league? You had the Negro leagues, you need your own league, your own economic
Absolutely.
thing. So
Absolutely.
while I do feel bad for Prescott's leg injury, I mean, a lot of these guys need to take their money out of the NBA and NFL, make their
Yep.
own league, like the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Lakers are about to win the championship tonight or whatever.
Right.
But, I
Right.
mean, like I said, for real, to be honest with you, I mean, we need to be on somewhat of a partial or a full-time boycotting them until they stand up like men too.
Absolutely. Yeah. We need to pull our resources together and really do our thing. I mean, that's really we should be doing it, to be honest. I don't know why we're not doing it. So it's just a shame that we're not doing that. We should
Well,
have our own. We should have our own league and everything. Ice Cube pulled off that league of basketball that was really, really good. We need
yeah,
more like that. Yeah, we need more like that though.
yeah. You know something? I was, I mean, you been seeing me going live on Facebook on the weekend.
Right.
So when I was in Memphis, um, I met up with Judge Brand. You saw the
Yeah.
video, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the live video that we did,
I didn't
but
see the live. I mean, I got to watch it. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm
okay.
gonna watch that tonight.
Well, yeah. So I was at the National Civil Rights Museum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to the Civil Rights Museum, I saw three three white people going into every one black person. Let the black people have family going.
Right.
So it was a lady out there, and I'm gonna send you the article. She was, I think her
Okay.
name was Smith, and I think her name was Smith, Jackie Smith or something.
Okay.
She was the last remaining person to protest at the museum.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
not live in the museum. Last remaining resident to live in the museum.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
She was out there with signs, boycott the museum. This is a gentrifying area. And you saw them alive. It was a barbecue place across the street, and there's a like they're building a lot of construction right now. Gentrification idea.
Right. Right.
So but they were charging money to go in hotel. I'm like, now this is supposed to be what Martin Luther King guy said. They don't turn this into the National Civil Rights
Right.
Museum.
Right.
They got shirts up there and stuff, but it's owned by Jews and commoners. I can send you the board of directors of this thing.
Mhm.
FedEx puts money in there. AutoZone president got money in there. So this ain't nothing but a sideshow.
Right.
So
Right.
you
Another
know,
sideshow.
I mean, my
Wow.
friend, she walked by and they told her you had to wear a mask to be in this area, but you outside, goddamn it, right?
Right.
So I just didn't get how they was able to pull this move off. I was very disappointed,
Right.
and like I told you, I'm not paying to come to your museum. What I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, because one thing about it, if white people go into the museum like that, I already know it ain't what it's supposed to be.
Right.
They look at it. They
Right.
look at
Right.
it. They look at it as a tourist thing. I mean, so they didn't co-opt the king's legacy, but they co-opt everybody's legacy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They co-opt all of them, even all the way down to Rosa Parks. They said they had picked another lady before her, but she had a baby out of wedlock and they couldn't use her, so they used Rosa instead. How do you think the camera was there so perfectly to see her sitting down with the white man standing over the camera? That picture was so perfect, wasn't it? So, man, they got us, man. It's all an act, man. It's all an
Well,
illusion.
well, I call it MK Ultra influence actually,
Yeah.
but we look at I don't know, I've been sitting with some articles today. I think today is National Coming Out Day.
Right. Okay.
So I was on Twitter earlier just scrolling, and then I saw all this stuff, and I like
Right.
dang. And so let's look up. Kamala Harris tweeted about it, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
And so then I started looking at Obama. As a matter of fact, you saw the Twitter message I sent him. I showed you.
Right. 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 Right.
I'm surprised they ain't blocked me this time. I guess that wasn't inflammatory enough. They always block me for everything else, but they're they're very very getting on a lot of censorship. So I was surprised they didn't block me. But then I started looking, and then you saw the thing I sent you where the book is about the Michelle Obama
That's
thing.
that's what I'm investigating. Yeah, I'm about to get some information on it tonight. I just read that one and I was just like, wow, I got to get into that because a lot of people calling her Mike for a reason, man. So that's her nickname is Michael. That's what everybody's saying. I'm checking it out and I'm gonna get into this, man. There's always some truth in it. There's always some truth in when you hear the stuff because years ago, Roseanne Barr was saying that, and people just looked at her and laughed, and a few other people. And now they're like, "Man, this could be serious." Same thing with Obama, that birth certificate. Hillary threw it out there first. Donald Trump ran with it. It's a lie, it's a lie. But guess what? We starting to see some truth in this. You know what I'm saying? There's some truth in that. So it is what it is. But I'm definitely gonna check out that story though. That Michelle Obama.
Well, Joanne Rivers, believe it or not, actually had said it in 2011, and then
is that on what? Which one? On what? On Michelle Obama or the birth
yeah,
certificate?
she said it. And as a matter of fact, and then she was found dead, or she died after surgery or something about
That's
2
right,
months.
right.
It might have been a month later or whatever. But that was in 2000. But it had been busted out a few times.
Right.
Say what you want about Alex Jones. He can be kind of sketchy, but Alex Jones be hitting the nail on the head a lot of times
I'm
too.
telling you, there's always some truth in there somewhere. I'm telling you, there's some truth. Yeah.
So, when you hit the nail on the head, that's how it be.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that's very very telling when you hear about that. So but I know you watched the debate the other night or whatever. So
Yeah.
how did it go to you?
It was okay. Back and forth. Kamala had that real smug smile on her face. Pence, he was trying to be real smooth, but he was just a little too conservative. But I think overall, it's hard for him to. A lot of stuff he was saying was true, but it's hard to get those facts out in the right way for people could understand what he's saying. I think he was probably a little bit too diplomatic, but it was just okay. I don't think it neither wavered. It was neither here nor there. It was just okay. Now after that, Biden wants to do a virtual debate. He don't want to do another debate with Trump. Trump declined it. I would decline it too, because you know that man gonna be propped up with everybody around him telling him what to do and say. You know, so we don't get the real Biden.
You can't change the rules in the middle of the game.
Yeah, exactly. They letting COVID change everything. It's the best thing that ever happened to the Democrats is COVID. I'm telling you, this is the best thing that ever happened to them in a long time.
You know, when I was telling people, matter of fact, I had a little diatribe. People, I said, listen, you don't believe all this COVID stuff that's going on because only one side is talking about it for the most part, and for the most part, I know you're in Texas. Stuff opening back up, right?
Yeah, it's opening back up out here.
Hey, look, man, it's an election year, baby. Everything's on the table.
Got the schools are open now. They give you the option, but they still about 40 to 50% of the kids are back in school.
Turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. Turn your volume up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Clear. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people that work at the daycare and healthcare centers for children. Nothing. People are just living their lives. You know, they say in Europe right now there's something strange is happening. There's a wave that's coming, another wave that's hitting, but nobody's dying. So I don't know. Maybe we have the antibodies. It's getting interesting. We're gonna see what happens this flu season.
Well. I mean, there was a report out that the people who took the flu shot tested positive for COVID.
Oh wow.
As maybe I don't take no shots. I don't take no flu shot. Don't give me your damn vaccine. Don't give me anything.
Right.
I don't take your vaccine.
Give me my black seed oil. You can give me my elderberries and all of my stuff, and I'm good with that.
I knew some brothers when they first heard about this thing. They would take using sea moss. You know sea moss.
Right.
So I mean, your body is supposed to be your curing agent if you treat your body right.
Absolutely.
So you don't need to be taking a vaccine or a shot. And as a matter of fact, you know, the thing with Trump. I mean, like I said, Dick Gregory used to say you got two Donald Trumps, a red tie and a blue tie. And what I saw with the blue tie was the stuff that were playing the game. We gotta really look at this thing.
Right.
Because
absolutely. I agree with that. He's more of a businessman than he is on the right or the left. Because believe it or not, there's a lot on the right that don't like him either. These people just want him out. These people just want him out because he don't play by their rules at all.
Well, they don't like that at all. Well, that's what I always tell people. Donald Trump has what you call populist appeal. So it's not a Republican thing. It's not a Democrat thing. Actually, to be honest with you, you know what I always say? Let's vote for the independent candidate.
What's that?
What a lot of people say we need to try other parties sometime. Independent, green, whatever.
I think it's coming. I honestly think that's going to come. I think in the next 10 years, we're going to have about 5 different parties.
But you already got it, though.
Okay.
You
Right. Technically, we do got it.
Yeah. I mean, because you really got an independent that's in the White House right now.
Right.
Which was never supposed to happen.
Right.
As a matter of fact, Bernie was the independent on the other side.
Right.
So that's why they draw large crowds, get politics. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I sent it to you, David. They had a 30,000 cars out there in Miami, Florida, Latinos for Trump, and they also had a boat ride. Wow. You know, they had Blexit yesterday, Candace on, say what you want, but they was at the White House yesterday too. Right. So you got a rising black and Latino sentiment for Donald Trump that's coming.
Absolutely, yeah, you do.
And as a matter of fact, Donald Trump is poised to get the highest black vote of any Republican.
And they don't understand. The Democrats don't understand it. They lost. They just don't get it. They don't get it. That we're tired of all that fake and phoniness. That's why. If you don't like me, then tell me to my face you don't like us. You ain't gonna do it. I'd rather respect that person than the person that's lying and shucking and dancing for us, jogging through the neighborhoods for us, playing the saxophone for us. That's all. That's bullcrap.
Well, like you know, I just told you the Lakers gonna win the championship, right?
Right.
And then now the season's over, so now you're gonna have LeBron James telling you to get out and vote and all this other stuff. You know, they get the celebrities to come out. Like I think a couple of days ago, or was it even tonight? I was looking at the screen and I happened to see. I think the Seahawks and Vikings were playing or whatever. And my buddy, he was over here earlier watching the game, and I just left the game going, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been just putting out articles and reading all day and everything, but I just happened to look up at the screen. Matter of fact, this is why I got it on you, right?
Right.
And guess what the commercial said?
What did it say?
Yeah, the NFL players telling you to vote. The
Wow.
NFL players are signed up
Right.
to vote this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think I really care that an NBA player um is actually sitting there telling me to vote and all that? I don't care about what you a rich boy, man. It ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
You know, I heard a speech from Malcolm X that was done in like 1963. And he was saying this way back then that black culture, black people are the only ones that are entertainers and play football players and sports athletes that get into politics to try to sway our vote. He said, you go to any other culture, you don't see that. But in our community, it's always the actors, our football players and stuff like that. They always try to sway our votes. And that's by design because they're paid.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, like I said, I mean, like Ice Cube, they got him. I mean, well, he's coming out saying the right things, but I always say, and I do respect Ice Cube in a lot of factors.
Right.
I said that at the same time, you got to know he's still in Hollywood and
Exactly.
And he's an entertainer.
It still sees it from a different perspective than what us regular people see, which is about 85% of us, or more than that.
And entertainers cannot lead cultural revolution.
They can't. As much as they want to, they can't.
They can be in the back, but they can't be leading.
I mean, LeBron James, I love him. I think he's a great basketball player. He goes hard on that court. But when it comes to politics, I want him to shut up. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing he got to say about politics.
You know what? You're right about that. And, remember a couple of years ago, the lady on Fox News, Laura Ingraham, said, shut up and dribble?
Right.
Well, to be honest with you.
Now that really resonates with me now.
Shut up and dribble. She was right, though.
Right.
Say what you want about it. She was right. Shut up and dribble, because you talk all this woke stuff, but when China came to you, China told you shut up.
Right.
When and China told him, don't you talk about what we're doing over here.
Right.
So
you get paid for. You get paid to dribble.
For everybody, because I mean, China, they have Muslims in concentration camps over there, and they make the same people making your shoes in the U.S. over there in China, making your shoes in the U.S. LeBron James. They tell you shut up or we'll drop your Nazi contract. We got influence in that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I mean, he's a big, strong basketball player, but like me and Judge say, rather as a man, he's weak, because you don't do what you call make statements that black men and women are scared in America. Judge
said it's hunting season. Said it's hunting season for the black man in America. Why he getting $100+ million house built from the ground up in LA? The nerve of this man to tell us that while he living that life. Hypocrisy at his finest. Hypocrisy at his finest, man.
Bodyguard, white chef, white.
Right.
I mean, and then I told somebody about LeBron James. They even had him make a statement about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. LeBron James, you ain't got nothing to do with the Supreme Court justice.
Right.
That's not our issue.
Right.
Now, I mean, it's good politically if you want to talk about it, but you don't need to be the one talking about it. Like Trump said, he's a hater. I said, look, I'm not gonna say that, but like I said, if you look at it, the NBA actually, they came back with all this. Now they just said the other day they're not gonna have the Black Lives Matter logo on the court anymore. They said, they're saying that they got the message out, but honestly, they know it's not good for ratings, and people get tired of seeing it. People are tired of athletes lecturing them and stuff like that. LeBron James even came out and said he was campaigning for Biden. He was campaign cheerleader.
Right.
I mean, but y'all get the NBA got a contract. Black Lives Matter. Some
Black Lives Matter.
Or I call them Black Drags Matter.
Right.
I could use the other word, but these small heads on here might try to strike me.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
The Zionist state of Israel, they might try to strike me. But I'm just saying that, in all honesty, when I start hearing them lecturing me and black men are scared, no. Look, maybe you think I should be, but I'm not.
Right.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Tennessee the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I got pulled over. And him friend in the car.
Okay.
And, he asked him for registration. I said, well, I don't, this is a rental car. So, I showed him the email on the phone that I had the rental car.
Right.
When I got pulled over, he told me to come out of the car, and he asked him, how you doing? Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. He said, well, you swerved a little bit. I said, yeah, because the guy was speeding, almost hit me. But he said the speed limit is 70, and you were going slower than that. And I said, okay. He said, you're too far away from home, so I give you a warning.
Mm.
So I said, okay. So I said, no. He said, no. He said, anybody come back to Tennessee, I always say, so he like, I'm just give you a warning ticket, right? And let you go.
Right.
So, but then he went to the car. He asked about, the car, and he asked for the registration. Wasn't no registration.
Wow.
But in the glove compartment,
Right.
had my firearm was in there.
Okay. Okay.
So he told me, I thought you said you had a weapon on you. I said, I didn't. You actually had a weapon on me when I got in the car. You didn't ask me about anything else.
Right.
I'm not going to just volunteer and take the weapon in the glove compartment.
Right. Right.
So he never took it out. He asked him like a concealed carry. And then, after that, it was smooth sailing.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, you do not have to be afraid of them. That's what the point I'm trying to make.
Right.
So say I'm scared. If I was scared, I would have had a reaction, which would have put me in harm's way.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't resist. You followed the law. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I know I'm
Don't
12 hours
resist.
away from
That's the
home at
main
that.
thing. Do not resist out there, guys. Brothers, do not resist. That gives them a reason to shoot. Don't resist. Please don't resist. Get their badge number, get their card, do what you gotta do, don't resist.
Yeah, and I mean, he asked me, I want to get in the car with him, the plane ticket. I said, no, I don't want to get in the car. We're going to sit on this highway and
Right.
we're going to let these trucks just go around and around. And you just got to hear me, but you're not going to, I'm not getting in the car. And this guy was in a K9 truck too. A K9.
K9, okay.
Yeah. But that was just something that happened. And as a matter of fact, but I mean, like I said, so the word scared that's just crazy. LeBron James scared.
It is.
I got a thing over here in the chat. One of my friends says Cube is not one of us anymore.
It says what now? Say it again.
Ice Cube is not one of us.
You know what? I go back and forth with Ice Cube sometimes because I feel like Ice Cube back in the death certificate days when he was teaching all that knowledge, and then he just left us. It seemed like for years he just left us and went to Hollywood and started doing kid movies, and then he jumps back now like he's just our leader and all that. And I do have a problem with that, considering that even when he made that hardcore rap music, he wasn't hardcore. He was an actor back then, and everybody knew it. He drove about 40 miles every day. His parents took him to go to the nice school. So Ice Cube never lived that life. He was always an actor, but that's neither here nor there because he gave a good message. But I did feel like he abandoned us. We didn't see him hear about him except for just doing Paramount movies or whatever he was doing. And now he's back with this black plan he got. He got a reparations plan he put out. And I don't know. He's always on the Roland S. Martin show, and I want to see him do more. But besides go on Roland S. Martin show.
Well, let me say something about that. He got a black plan, but when I looked at it, he had some black and brown stuff, and he's still talking their language.
Is that right? Right.
But that's why I said when they start talking about the black and brown thing, you got to be real careful because you remember Latinos are more than us in population now. So if you got more of them, they'll get more of the benefits.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this is why the other day I had a little, well, it wasn't more like a debate online. It was more like an ignorant statement by some people talking about, because I said that Kamala Harris is not a black woman.
Right. She's not.
And they said, I said she's Indian and Jamaican. They said, somebody texted me, Jamaicans aren't black? I said, no, Jamaicans, you just have to, you have your nationality. You got Portuguese, British, Chinese.
Right.
Jamaica is a melting pot. Everybody lives over there.
Right. No, he's not Black American. For his ancestors didn't experience what my ancestors experienced. Of course not.
Steve Nash?
Right.
Steve Nash, South African.
Right.
White man.
Right.
So I'm just looking at it like in that perspective, you gotta understand that, hey, look, just because you got the same skin tone don't mean that you ADOS.
Absolutely not. A man from Australia and a man from France look the same, but they're two different people. Two different cultures, two different bloodlines. And they think because we're all black, we're all the same, but that's not so true. We're all different. We're cultural. We're tribal because we were tribe. We were the indigenous people here, so we were all tribals.
Well, that's right. But I will say that people need to understand that, and they need to stop propping her up as this thing because her agenda. She has a policy for East Indian people, but she doesn't have one for you.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, and you get somebody saying my mic is low. Can you hear me?
I hear you clear.
Okay, I don't know what's up with that.
Okay.
I can hear you. I mean, I can hear myself talking, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm looking around. Let me see. Let me see. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know what. I don't know. I had to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out. But you can hear me though, right?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the small head's messing with me. I don't know. Let me comment this guy back.
Okay.
I'm commenting this guy back. Could be the small heads. Yeah, yeah, but it's all good. So let me go ahead and keep going. So like with her, you just gotta watch. You gotta watch her at all times. I don't, because she's very conniving. Pence made sure she wasn't that conniving on that because really he broke the facts on her.
Right.
It's just that in a 2 minute time, like you can't get all the facts because I could point out. I sent you an article today about her Canadian history.
Is that right?
Yeah, she said she grew up. I think she grew up in Montreal or something.
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, so I mean, I just when I get the articles, man, I just send them to you. Like,
Right. I be going through them. I do, man. I appreciate it. Keep them coming, man.
Yeah, man.
Some of them I get stuck on for a while because I got to investigate. I got to check into it, man. It's deep.
Hey, look, man. We in the Matrix, man. It's all deep.
For real. The rabbit hole goes deep.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I mean, now with this thing, now we got an election 23 days out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow they're gonna start the Supreme Court justice hearing.
Okay.
So you probably get that for election. Also, they're gonna release these emails. I'm telling you, in the next 20 days.
See, it's about to hit the fan. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a post-election civil war, and I'm really serious.
I didn't see the live tonight, but it's on my Facebook page about the Black Lives Matter and Proud Boys going there right now. It was live.
Wow.
Like, this was I forgot. I think they had like a couple rallies. I mean, last night out there in Wisconsin, I think it was a Black Lives Matter, and Antifa went through a neighborhood and just throwing windows and busting rocks and stuff.
Right. Damn.
As a matter of fact, so let me ask you a question. That's a good question. What do you think about Black Drags Matter?
I think they're Marxist group, George Soros financing them, and then I think Antifa's linked in with them, hijacking their shit, hijacking their protests, because they want the country to go to hell in a handbasket. Like they want everything to go bad, so they just rioting, causing havoc. But I don't really like Black Lives Matter. I don't support them because I believe that it's just all politics for them. If they really cared about Black lives, I think we need to deal with Planned Parenthood, and put a U before that B. Unborn Black Lives Matter too. And we got 400,000 deaths of abortions. It's just, and that's a year. And so I think we got an issue we need to work with. And they're just out there just for political reasons, I think. And some of them are out there just because they're ignorant. Some of them are out there because they want to loot. I just think it's all bad right now. I think protesting just played out. That's the thing of the old. No other culture, no other race protests. You want to get shit done, you got to get involved. So I think that's the bottom line. We got to get involved. Protesting's over. And Martin Luther King never protested at night.
Well, let's talk about them for a second. This is my thing with them.
Okay.
First of all, they're a fraud because they had a manifesto. You know they took the manifesto down,
Yeah, and then yep.
and by them taking the manifesto down, you know that lets you know something right there. But they said we want to destroy the nuclear family. Now, check this out. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the Black Lives Matter associates are pedophiles.
Right. Wow.
Because they support pedophilia. I mean, it's in there. It was in the manifesto. Ageism. We don't want no ageism. Pedophilia gateway
Pretty
anyway.
much. Yep. Wow.
If you
Ages.
remember in 2009 or was it 2010 when Obama got in office, they took sodomy off the books of the National Defense Act.
Right.
Okay, Barack Obama was backed by NAMLA. Who supported NAMLA? George Soros.
Mm.
George Soros finances Antifa, Black Lives Matter, Open Society Foundation. I think got some maybe Democracy Alliance. George Soros got his hand in it, even on these prosecutors and DAs.
Right.
This
Right.
is this is a big time oligarch, man. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy. I mean, even come to think about it, he was the main financier in One West Bank in California, which is mighty funny because check this out. He financed Kamala Harris too.
Mm.
But if you go to, Steve Mnuchin is Secretary of
Yeah.
Treasury.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know Steve Mnuchin. Yeah, Steve B. Muchin.
That's the Secretary of the Treasury for Donald
Right.
Trump.
Right.
But he had over 5,000 violations during that subprime mortgage crisis.
Ah.
And Kamala Harris was the DA in California.
Right. Right. Going after those banks.
Well, one thing about it, she didn't go after no
She didn't
banks.
go after them. So called.
Because he had 5,000 violations.
Wow.
And so he was supposed to have been locked up.
Right. Right.
She didn't go after him. As a matter of fact, he donated to her campaign in 2016.
Wow.
And he's sitting right on the Secretary of the Treasury.
Yep.
And he was confirmed by the Senate 53 to 47. And I guarantee you, when she was a senator, she voted for him because he donated to her campaign. I guarantee.
Absolutely.
I had to check it out because she didn't donate to him. They could bust her out.
Wow. It's a big game.
But he is doing the bidding of Soros.
Absolutely.
Um,
Crazy. It's a big game.
you know how much stuff George Soros can finance, man. George Soros can finance so much stuff, even overthrowing countries and stuff. He
Mm.
finance wars. These guys are big time. Well, wait a minute, but you got the Gates and these other guys too now.
Wow.
You got the Bill Gates of the world and all these other guys.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
George Soros is not alone.
Right. They all linked up.
You got companies financing Black Lives Matter too.
Wow.
But this is what I'm saying. When you donate to these guys, you know who you're donating to. You don't even know who you're donating to when you donate to Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Like I said, these are some straight fraudulent people. I mean, but and then 3 women, they gay,
Right. Right.
they support trans.
Yep.
Now I know you're in San Antonio, right?
Yeah. San Antonio, Texas.
So, yep. I mean, most cities some Democratic cities have what they call Black Lives Matter chapters. Chicago has one.
It's not as big out here. Yeah, San Antonio, the dynamic is real different. It's about a 80% Latino Hispanic town. So it's not very many blacks now. If I went out of Houston, it'd be a whole other ball game. Houston is about 25% blacks out there. It's a black town. But out here it's not. This used to be a Republican town. Now it's more left, but it still has those laid back Republican ways. So it's still really conservative in San Antonio, which I appreciate. Yep.
Well, I'm glad you do in that case because, like I said, we got it. You said 85% Latino.
Easy out here, easy. They run the town. They're the mayors, the sheriffs, the judges. This would be like equivalent to Atlanta for Hispanics.
So are they the police too?
Police, they're everything out here. The newscasters, they're just like Atlanta, except it's for Hispanics. They run the whole town. They thrive out here. If you were Hispanic anywhere in the United States, this is where they would thrive. They can come, they own businesses, everything, all that right here. It's unbelievable to see, to be honest. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Like, what do black people own in San Antonio?
Black people don't own very much out here at all. To be honest, you got a few that own some land because land's pretty cheap that been handed down. But for the most part, not even the beauty salons, they're still owned by Asians. Um, Not very much. There's a few barbecue
Yeah.
restaurants that are black
Are
owned,
you
but not
having are y'all having like a great people migrating there or coming in,
It is. It's a
gentrification or
retirement
something?
town. This is a retirement town. People are migrating here. I meet people all the time that's coming out here for the job. There's a lot of industry out here. You got military bases, major ones are out here. A lot of them. They have medical centers, hospitals all over because it's a military town, and this is where they come to when they get amputation and stuff like that. You got oil and fracking that goes on out here. I mean, this is a big time. Big state. Texas is big time. They can actually link away from the United States and be okay. They got everything they need just right out here. They got land. They got horses. They got cows. They got cattle. We got all of that. Everything you need to live. You got farmlands. I mean, everything you need, it grows right out here, to be honest.
They say don't mess with Texas.
What do you say?
They say don't mess with Texas, right?
That's what they say, man. It's crazy. The industry is really good out here. Although they don't pay like other states pay, I do notice, but the cost of living is a little bit less, but it's not as low as I would think.
I got a friend that lives in Houston. Matter of fact, his brother is on San Antonio's Army base or naval base. What
It's
one of
crazy,
them.
yeah. Military town, a lot of bases where they do the training, AIT. So
About 3 hours of Houston, right?
Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours Houston, 3 hours away from Dallas, about an hour away from Austin. So you got the cities, and you got Austin, which is a college town. So it's got a lot of industry out here.
What
Yep.
you got? Stephen F. Austin College down there or something?
I believe so. Yeah. Yep.
Well, look, man. I know. I mean, I know y'all got a lot of college football teams down there.
Football is big out here. They play high school football on TV out here. You can watch it on TV. High school football. It's that big.
Yeah, but if it's anything like Tennessee, man, that's a whole lot of drive to the damn state, man.
Absolutely, it's humongous. The high schools look like They look like colleges. They look like
Speaking
universities.
of that, speaking of Texas, come think about it. This just came to my mind last week. So some Democrats are saying Trump's winning the election, they want to secede from the union. Civil War.
Say it again.
Some Democrats say that if Trump wins the election, they want to secede from the union.
They want to see what from the union?
Succeed, like get out and don't be in the United States.
Oh,
that's Civil War.
They talk about it. You hear people talk about it. You hear people talk about it out here because they got everything they need. They got all the wildlife to hunt.
Well, not Texas so much. I'm talking about California.
Nah, they can't do that.
It's California and 2 other states that said they would like to secede. They would think about seceding from the union.
They couldn't do that. They wouldn't last. They don't have enough industry. They don't have enough natural resources.
Well, everything can burn up now. Now I do want to tell you
that's terrible.
Now they are trying to build a high-speed rail through there, so I think it's genetically manufactured too. Just like I tell people, this COVID, this thing is genetic. Matter of fact, it's genetically manufactured. COVID means certificate of vaccination. Verification ID. And the 19 stands for Coronavirus. You always say coronavirus, common cold, flu, sinus infection. I mean, here's the thing though. A lot of people don't know those numbers are manufactured on the screen all throughout the first 3 months. People were busting out, and everybody who put the numbers, Dr. Steve Bouda and all these other doctors, Dr. Stella Emanuel, you had a lot of other doctors busting out the props of this thing and showing you an airstrike video there. And they had the Chinese virologist come on with Fox News one night, and they cut her off. I mean, they wouldn't censor her video. She came on with Tucker Carlson. This on a news channel, they censored.
Wow, it's crazy.
And so they are using this for nefarious purposes. Now, probably get you to take a vaccine, which you should not take away, right?
Right.
But also, it's to control the hearts and minds of people. Think about your church is closed and everything.
Right.
Now, you saw the other day in New York, the Hasidic Jews and the other Jews said, "You're not going to shut down my thing no more. We're going to fight back." That's what they did. They're fighting back. This was when I was in the restaurant with Judge Bill Brown. They were actually showing that on CNN.
Wow.
And then they were saying that Trump caused you guys to, go after the governor of Michigan.
That's
now
deep.
But if you believe it, you're crazy.
Right.
Because when people are locked down people are tired of this lockdown. Hell is boiling over. It's going to happen. This, I tell you, like you said earlier, this is the precipice for the Civil War. It's coming.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a
Begun.
civil war. Yep. Not
Get
a
you.
race war, but it's gonna be a civil war. And it don't matter. You're gonna be far left against that far right.
Well, I look at it like well, it's gonna be a lot of wars. I look at it gonna be. Yeah, I think you're gonna have 5 wars at one time.
One time. Oh shit. Some inner civil wars going on.
You're gonna have a famine war, food riots, um, left versus right,
Right.
black versus white,
Mm.
um, you know, LGBT versus straight,
Right.
and then you might have another war of people going off and attacking pedophiles and stuff like that. You could have
Right.
a lot of wars at one time because matter of fact, I'll give you a six. It's gonna be a war on religion,
Ooh. Right. Right.
especially if you keep on trying to take down people's synagogue. And that's what I tell people. Trump is kind of like the buffer that's in between the gates right now, trying to,
Right.
I guess trying to hold on to whatever's left.
Right.
But like, I mean, it's prophesized, baby. I mean, the prophecy got to be fulfilled. I mean, I've been reading books the last 5 years. Fall of America. That's
Right.
Elijah
Right.
Muhammad. Message to the Black Man.
Right. Right.
Protocol of the other line. You can say on and on and on,
Yep.
and then tell you this war is gonna happen. So I just tell people to buckle up. I'm glad that Texas. I know one thing about Texas. Texas got
Stay
a whole lot of
strapped.
guns.
Stay strapped. Everybody strapped. If you're driving in traffic, you better believe that about 90% of people driving in traffic have a gun in their car. Men or women, it don't matter. Everybody has. When I was working my corporate job, everybody at my job had a gun in their car. That's why I started keeping mines in my car. I was like, really? You're like, yeah, it's just Texas. That's considered private property, your car. So everybody, you don't want to get on road rage like this. Everybody has a gun. I'm serious. And guns are big out here. One is not enough. You got to have a couple of them because you got to have your hunting guns. You got to have they like automatics too. They like them all. They got them all. So yeah,
But they
this is
got
a gun state.
well, look, man. Look, I do. Let's say it. I mean, that's good. So let me ask you a question. I
Mm-hmm.
always ask when you're out there, and I know I was talking to a guy the other day, and I told him, look, man, you
Mm-hmm.
got three groups of people: the 85, the 10, and the 5.
Right,
I know, like I say, when I was working in corrections, I just say this, like I always say, that when you see what others don't see, like third eye,
right, right,
people get confused, they get mad, they stop dealing with you, they don't want to talk to you no more. They say, "Oh, how could you say anything?" I said, "Well, look, I never told you I was going to go for Donald Trump or anything. I just told you that." I just look at him like, hey, he just exposed the truths
right,
that
right, right.
that have need to be fulfilled. Hey, look,
Absolutely.
I've been talking about it for the last 5 to 6 years, most of it, but hey, he's just revealing everything that's true. 2020
Right,
to me, 2020 visions. I scratched my corner this year. I was out there playing pickup ball, scratched my corner, right?
right,
And your doctor take you, you got to get on that light and look at your eye.
right.
When I was on the table, they put the dye in my eye to shine and scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, I still can see good even with this eye tearing up.
Right,
They said, dang, you still can read all the letters. He said, dang, you close to 20/20 vision. Yeah, but I told him, yeah, you're right, Doc. I'm close to 20/20 vision, but I also got 20/20 vision where I see a whole lot of stuff that others don't see too.
right.
So,
True.
I mean, I already knew what to do. I put my dark shades on.
Right,
But the shade blocks the light from getting in your eye from the
right,
corner. But that's how I handled the thing. And after that, I did I was healed up in 2 days, but like I said, I mean, some people say once you put the magic glasses back on, you can't get them off. Big Reggie said that. So I mean, and let me go to one couple other things because I want to get some like Kanye West, right?
yeah,
Now people say what they want about Kanye, right?
right.
He drops a lot of facts too.
Yeah, he do.
Listen, if you don't get into the smoke and mirrors, you hear him say a lot of truth.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, and that's why I said that they keep on talking about Ice Cube meeting with Trump, right?
Right,
No, Ice Cube with his black agenda. I said, no. I don't want to hear from Dr. Ice Cube. I want to hear from people like Dr. Claude Anderson. How now?
Right. Yeah, Dr. Clyde go hard.
You get political people to talk to politicians.
Right.
If you're a basketball player, you go talk to a basketball player. Your football player, you go speak to a football player. In
Absolutely.
most occasions, if that basketball player is politically inclined, maybe, but these are propped up bootleg basketball players for most part,
Yeah.
and NFL players too. You
Yep.
know, because look, like I said, if I see you on TV a lot, Michael Eric Dyson,
Right.
Tyler Perry,
Right.
Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, I know
Yep.
that. Hey, look, you nothing but a high end bootleg.
Yep.
I mean, say what you want about. I know a lot of people this summer was, upset about John Lewis. I said, look, John Lewis, I guess he was beneficial one time, but for 33 years of my life, he was a sellout.
Right. Right.
I mean, he signed off on a crime deal, you know,
Yeah.
for the last, Maxine Waters, he's a sellout. I
Right.
mean, the Black Caucus entirely is a bunch of sellouts.
Yeah. They are.
Most
They
of
ain't
them,
doing nothing.
most of them homosexual too. But what's the other one name? Now one of them who I'll make an exception for was Cynthia McKinney. She did not sell out.
Okay. Okay.
Cynthia McKinney is from Georgia. She ran in the Green Party. She did.
Right. Right.
She was one who spoke about Hurricane Katrina,
Okay.
uh, and she spoke out about the Libya. She spoke out. As a matter of fact, she might be endorsing Donald Trump if she hadn't already. But
Right.
Cynthia McKinney's always done that.
Right.
And the Black Caucus did not back her in 2006 when Nancy Pelosi wanted to get rid of her for for breaking down. She tried to also lead the impeachment of George Bush for 9/11, which 9/11 that wasn't nothing but another psyop. Right, that was some bullshit.
Yep.
I mean, I doubted the plane was even. That might have been a hologram. They already had explosion in the damn building.
Real. Right.
I mean, if you want to check that out, go look at the Long Kiss Goodnight. That's Samuel Jackson and the woman named Davis.
Right. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they set it up a long time before that. But you know what? When you sit back and watch, I used to be all like, man, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen, right?
Right.
And I used to tell people, the prophecy got to be fulfilled. This is going to happen.
Right.
So COVID to me is nothing more than, hey, just like it said in the Bible, in Revelations, you can have buy, sell, or trade without a mark of the beast. That's what it is to me. I mean, they just show me.
That's real.
I mean, in Buffalo, New York, a couple of weeks ago, I posted an article that they said that a woman, the child couldn't get virtual class if they failed the vaccine requirements.
Right. Wow.
So, that was just very weird. But yeah, let me ask you a question, man, before I let you go. I gotta bring this. How you run across me anyway, man?
Man, I'll be watching different YouTube videos, man. I've always been a fan of Judge Joe Brown. I know you always on the show. I heard your voice, man, and I was hearing your point of views. I saw you on one brother's show. I can't think of his name. I saw you on somebody else's show, and I was like, man, I like brother's cool right there, man. And I started seeing you on different shows, hearing your voice, and as I diversify my portfolio, and I got with you, man.
Well, thank you, man, for that. As a matter of fact, shout out your information because people need to get in contact with you. I'm posting this video on Facebook, man.
Absolutely, man. It's a social media at its best right now when we're using it like this. You know what I mean?
Shout out your information.
Okay, once again, man, it's the Jay Harris Podcast Show. You can catch me on basically any platform that's a podcast, or you can just Google it, the Jay Harris Podcast Show, and check me out, man. It's a good show. We do debates all the time. I give my commentary, and you can chime in anytime.
Yeah. Well, you got cash up or anything? People donate to you?
Yeah, you can go to the show, and you can go to Anchor and be a sponsor, or you can just go to Jay Harris. That's my Cash App is just Jay Harris 2265, or you can just go to any episode of the show, click the episode notes, and you can always donate through the episode notes of any show.
Hi, brother. Well, I tell you what, this was a pleasure, man. We can do this again.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Anytime.
And when you catch me, I'll be back on there. Tell the brother who
Isaac, brother Isaac, he out there, he
yeah.
gonna be listening. What you gotta say to him?
but I'm gonna send you the video as soon as we're done. So hey,
Okay,
um,
cool.
I gotta do some stuff around the house, but I'm gonna send you the video and you send it to Isaac and tell him I said how you doing and
Absolutely, absolutely.
we
Tell the
can reach
judge
out
it'd be a
to.
pleasure. And tell the judge it'd be a pleasure to have him on the show, man. It'd be an honor and a pleasure. If I can get 5 minutes of his time.
All right, yeah, I can do that. As a matter, I got you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.